Yo, what is going on, everybody? Caveman Jack back from another album reaction slash review. We are back live from the studio. Yo. Now, Folklore by Taylor Swift is easily my favorite project from her. Loved the soundscapes and loved that Taylor did a huge shift in sound, went to a real folky sound that really was reminiscent of my love for Bon Iver. The first four tracks on Folklore were like, oh my goodness. The One, Cardigan, The Great American Dynasty, Into Exile. Exile being one of my favorite songs. She followed up very quickly, and I don't know if it was the same year or not, with Evermore, which was almost acted like a double album because they had similar sounds, similar soundscapes. And from the couple tracks that I have heard from Evermore, it's very similar to Folklore's sound. Now, after Evermore, she then went into Midnights, and then that kind of poppier sound returned slightly. So it was just really interesting era of Taylor Swift that, I really enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed. I'm a fan of Taylor's work. I love some of her big hits. Haven't listened to a lot of her albums in full, besides Folklore and Midnights, which I also reacted to on the channel when it first came out. Folklore is an incredible album to me, and for someone who hadn't listened to a lot of full length bodies of work from Taylor, and just kind of knowing her hits throughout her discography, it was really, really cool to dive into a sound that felt familiar to me with that folky sound, but had that Taylor Swift charisma and charm in it as well. Her storytelling in that album was phenomenal, and from what I've heard, Evermore is very similar in the soundscapes that she delivers as well as the storytelling. So really, really keen to get into this one. Also, this album has another song with Bon Iver, which for me is incredible. I love, love, love Exile, and I think that collaboration is easily one of his best features. And he features on some incredible songs, but his feature on Exile is phenomenal. So very, very keen to hear that last track with Bon Iver. But this is an album that I've been really looking forward to for quite some time. So we're going to get into it. This is Evermore by Taylor Swift. Now, Willow is a track I have heard. One of the more popular songs off this album. And it does set the tone very quickly.
I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind.
Great harmonies there.
Pillow, I could feel you sneaking in, as if you were a mythical thing, like you were a trophy or a champion ring. And there was one prize I'd cheat to win. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. They count me out time and time again. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. Wait for the signal and I'll meet you after dark. Show me the places where the others gave you scars. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man.
Willow's a really great opener to the album. Sets the tone very quickly. I think, the chorus is quite catchy. It's beautiful. It flows, and it feels quite like fantasy. Folklore felt a little bit more like, didn't feel very fantasy-like. I felt quite grounded, quite folky, but this song feels more fantasy-like. This next song, Champagne Problems, I also know as well. And a really great 1-2 punch to start the album. Love how raw that piano sounds.
You booked the night train for a reason, so you could sit there in this herd. Bustling crowds or silent sleepers, you're not sure which picture in your wallet. Your heart was glass, I dropped it. Champagne problems. Your sister splashed out on the bottle. Now no one's celebrating. Dom Perignon, you brought it. No crowd of friends applauded. Your hometown skeptics called it champagne problems. One for the money, two for the show. I never was ready, so I watch you go. Sometimes you just don't know the answer till someone's on their knees and asks you. She would have made such a lovely bride. What a shame she's fucked in the head, they said. But you'll find the real thing instead. She'll patch up your tapestry that I shred and hold your hand while dancing. Never leave you standing, crestfallen on the landing with champagne problems.
Champagne Problems. We'll start with someone else. Another really beautiful song, and so intimate and so vulnerable, and you can feel the emotion very clearly on both these songs. First new track for me, Gold Rush. Excited to hear this one.
Gleaming, twinkling, eyes like sinking ships on waters, so inviting. I almost jump in. I don't like a gold rush, gold rush. I don't like anticipating my face in a red flush.
Isn't that like
I don't like that
constant,
anyone
like-
without to feel your touch. Everybody wants you, but I don't like a gold rush. What must it be like to grow up that beautiful, with your hair falling into place like dominoes? I see me padding across your wooden floors.
Bit Lord-like, this one.
T-shirt hanging from the door. At dinner parties, I call you out on your contrarian shit. And the coastal town we wandered around had never seen a love as pure as it. 'Cause I don't like a gold rush, gold rush. I don't like anticipating my face in a red flush. I don't like that anyone
Frantic pianos
without
back.
feel your touch. Everybody wants you. Everybody wonders what it would be like to love you. Walk past, quick brush. I don't like slow motion, double vision in rose blush. At dinner parties, won't call you out on your contrarian shit. In the coastal town we never found, we'll never see love as pure as it. 'Cause it fades into the gray of my day-old 'cause it will never be.
What I love about Folklore and what I'm loving about Evermore so far, the soundscapes are beautiful. They're so rich in instrumentation, and it's that folky sound that I really love. And I feel like Taylor just bodies it. Like she really just, it's so effortless for her. It feels so easy for her. I found with some Taylor Swift songs, the poppier songs, some of the instrumentation just doesn't grab me. It doesn't feel like there's enough depth in the instrumentation. Her hits are absolutely phenomenal, but Folklore, for the most part, feels so consistent in the sounds that each song really gives weight to the instrumentation to help sell the stories and help push Taylor's vocals in a way that helps drive the song in a meaningful way that helps really just fall into it. It helps you fall into it. Gold Rush had a good shift in the chorus, you know, like that. And the Lord part was like da, 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 da. That gave me Lord feeling.
If I wanted to know who you were hanging with while I was gone, I would have asked you. It's the kind of cold fogs up windshield glass, but I felt it when I passed you. But we could call it even. call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season, write this down. I'm staying at my parents' house, and the road not taking looks real good now. And it always leads to you in my hometown. I escaped it too. Remember how you watched me leave? But if it's okay with you, it's okay with me. Sleeping half the day just for old time's sake. I won't ask you to wait if you don't ask me to stay. And the heart I know I'm breaking is my own. So leave the warmest bed I've ever known.
Again, really good songwriting. Again,
We could call it even though I'm leaving. And I'll be yours for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season. The road not taking
Love this
looks
bit
real
here.
good now. And it always leads to you in my hometown. It always leads to you in my hometown.
felt like, you know, those Christmas Netflix movies where like the celebrity goes back to her hometown and she falls in love with her old flame or her old best friend. It kind of felt like that. It felt like she was painting that image of a Netflix film. Less cringy version of some of those Netflix films. But some of the lines are beautiful. Leaving the warmest bed I've ever known. Like, that was a really nice line. I like that line. I think Taylor often doesn't get some of the credit she deserves with some of her songwriting. Some of the lyricism is quite deep and it works really, really well. And it helps build these stories and build these songs. It's giving me the same vibe as Folklore, which I'm loving, of course. But yeah, beautiful. Yeah, really good.
I sit and watch you reading with your head low. I wake and watch you breathing with your eyes closed. I wait by the door like I'm just a kid. Use my best colors for your portrait. Lay the table with the fancy shit and watch you tolerate it. If it's all in my head, tell me now. Tell me I've got it wrong somehow. I know my love should be celebrated, but you tolerate it. I greet you with the battle heroes. Welcome. I take your indiscretions all in good fun.
I love the use of the piano on this
Lay the table
album.
with the
Very good.
fancy shit and watch you tolerate it. If it's all in my head, tell me now. Tell me I've got it
I think it's a
wrong
violin.
somehow.
Maybe a cello. It's quite
I
deep,
know my
that
love
string.
should be celebrated, but you tolerate it. While you were out building other worlds, where was I? Where's that man who threw blankets over my barbed wire? I made you my temple, my mirror, my sky. Now I'm begging for footnotes in the story of your life. But what would you do if I break free and leave us in ruins? Took this dagger in me and removed it. Gain the weight of you, then lose it. Believe me, I could do it. If it's all in my head, tell me now. Tell me I've got it wrong somehow. I know my love should be celebrated, but you tolerate it.
Good album. I had no doubts that Evermore was going to be very special, but far out, it is just exactly how I hoped it would be. Tolerate It is such a heartbreaking song, but it has a tinge of hope towards the end where Taylor almost recognizes that, she can break free from this very one-sided love. It goes back to my point that she's able to craft these worlds and they're quite relatable. They can kind of sometimes be masked in the poppier sounds, which I think is why I love Folklore and now Evermore, because the sounds are a bit more stripped back. So the stories seem to have a little bit more of a pedestal to sit on. And it really feels like you're listening to a poet at times.
He did it. He did it.
Give me some old school Taylor vibes.
SD's a friend of mine. We meet up every Tuesday night for dinner and a glass of wine. SD's been losing sleep. Her husband's acting different and it smells like infidelity. She says, I think he did it, but I just can't prove it. I think he did it, but I just can't prove it. No, nobody, no crime, but I ain't letting up until the day I die.
I'm here.
SD wasn't there Tuesday night at Olive Garden, at her job or anywhere. He reports his missing wife, and I noticed when I passed his house, his truck has got some brand new tires, and his mistress moved in, sleeps in SD's bed and everything. No, there ain't no doubt somebody's gotta catch him out. Good thing my daddy made me get a boating license when I was 15, and I've cleaned enough houses to know how to cover up a scene. Good thing SD's sister's gonna swear she was with me.
She was with me, dude.
Good thing his mistress took out a big life insurance policy. They think she did it, but they just can't prove it. They think she did it, but they just can't prove it. No, nobody, no crime. I wasn't letting up until the day. No, nobody, no crime. I wasn't letting up until the day. No, nobody, no crime. I wasn't letting up until the day he died.
Woof. Again, very good storyteller. That was like a murder mystery. Gave me like that, heard like the harmonica and the kind of way the acoustic guitar came in. Very much felt like old Taylor Swift. I never listened to Fearless, but those kind of soundscapes from Love Story, You Belong With Me. HAIM didn't have a verse, but they had the harmonies. You could hear them kind of harmonizing in the chorus and with Taylor at times. The way the song sounded, like the chorus and stuff, didn't really grab me, but the storytelling did. Very visual song. You could see it, and she painted that episode very well.
Honey, when I'm above the trees, I see this for what it is. But now I'm right down in it. All the years I've given is just shit we're dividing up. I haven't met the new me yet. There'll be happiness after you, but there was happiness because of you. Both of these things can be true. There is happiness past the blood
Stranger Things
and
sings in the
blues, past the curses and cries. But I loved you for a lifetime. Leave it all behind, and there is happiness. Tell me, when did your winning charming smile begin to look like a smirk? When did all our lessons start to look like weapons pointed at my deepest hurt? I can't make it go away by making you a villain. I guess it's the price I paid for 7 years in heaven. And I pulled your body into mine every goddamn night. Now I get fake niceties. No one teaches you what to do. When a good man hurts you, and you know you hurt him too. All you want from me now is the green light of forgiveness. You haven't met the new me yet, and I think she'll give you that. And there is happiness.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how Happiness built instrumentally. Like it started very bare bones, and as the song progressed, we got more and more instrumentation added. As the layers of instrumentation were added, Taylor's realizations also expanded and grew. So by the end of the song, she was in a place where she could recognize that the relationship hurt them both at times, but also brought them both happiness. And it was like a bittersweet look and reflection, and almost like time healing her view on what a relationship with that person was like. And although they ended up not being together in the end, and happiness will come in future for both of them essentially, but separate, there were points in their relationship where there was happiness. And for a certain period of time, it was happy.
Hey Dorothy, do you ever stop and think about me? When we were younger, down in the park, honey, making a lark of the misery.
Yeah, again, a bit fearless like.
Ooh, this place is the same as it ever was. Ooh, but you don't like it that way, Dorothea.
I like that. So that's
And damn Dorothea, they all wanna be ya, but are you still the same soul man under the bleachers? Well, ooh, I guess I'll never know, Dorothea.
Okay, this next song, Coney Island, has The National. Now, The National is a group that I really want to listen to more of. I've heard so many good things about them, and really, really keen to see how this collaboration sounds. I'm always interested when huge pop stars do collaborations like this. Taylor doesn't do that many collabs, so it's always really fun when we see her have artists feature.
Break my soul in two, looking for you, but you're right here. If I can't relate to you any more, then who am I related to? And I'm sitting on a bench in Coney Island, wondering where did my baby go? The fast times, the bright lights, the merry-go. Sorry for not making you my centerfold. Over and over, lost again with no surprises. Disappointments, close your eyes and it gets colder and colder.
The question pounds my head, what's a lifetime of achievement? pushed you to the edge, but you were too polite to leave me. Do you miss the rogue who coaxed you into paradise and left you there? Will you forgive my soul? You're too wise to trust me and too old to care. Lost again with no surprises, disappointments, close your eyes and it gets colder and colder when the sun goes down.
Were you waiting at a road spot in the tree line by the gold clock? Did I leave you hanging every single day?
Were you standing in the hallway with a big cake? Happy birthday. Did I paint your bluest skies the darkest gray? The universe away. And when I got into the accident, the sight that flashed before me was your face.
I'm on a bench in Coney Island, wondering where did my baby go? The fast times, the bright lights, the merry-go. Sorry for not making you my centerfold. Over and over, lost again with no surprises, disappointments. Close your eyes and it gets colder and colder when the sun goes down.
Really beautiful collab. I've noticed that Taylor's voice harmonizes so well with deep voices. So the National there, the lead singer there, very deep, kind of that same feel that Exile had, where Bon Iver had that deeper tone, and it just contrasts so well. Again, looking at a relationship, two sides of the coin, they both have things that they wish they could have done differently. Where did the time go? Where did the things, how did they get to where they are? And they blink and all of a sudden things go from very pure, very good to where's my baby gone? Like it's just like that penny drop, or just things move so quickly at times. And one day it can be great, the next you've lost them. Some of the lines there were really good, like when they had the accident, like when he had the accident, her face was the first thing that popped up, those things. But on the other contrast to that is, when Taylor went up to the podium, she thanked everyone but this person. You know what I mean? Like that your name didn't pop up in my head, and those little things, that the layers, and she adds layers to these songs that they kind of build and you see it. But I love, like Exile, the two different views.
I was one to know I'd meet you where the spirit meets the bones, in a faith forgotten land. In from the snow, your touch brought forth an incandescent glow, tarnished but so grand. Oh, goddamn, my pain pits in the palm of your freezing hand, taking mine, but it's been promised to another. Oh, I can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland. My house of stone, your ivy grows, and now I'm covered in you. Clover blooms in the fields, spring breaks loose, the time is near. What would he do if he found us out? Crescent moon, coast is clear, spring breaks loose, but so does fear. He's gonna burn this house to the ground. So yeah, it's a fire, it's a goddamn blaze in the dark, and you started it, you started it. So yeah, it's a war, it's the goddamn fight of my life, and you started it, you started it.
That one there didn't really grab me on a first listen. Instrumentally, wasn't my favorite on the album. So I definitely have to go back to that one and think a little bit more about what it was that potentially didn't grab me. I just think instrumentally, it just wasn't, it didn't have as much depth instrumentally as some of the tracks preceding it. And I think that's what I've loved about this album. And I didn't feel like I got that on Ivy as much.
And the tennis court was covered up with some tent-like thing. And you asked me to dance, but I said dancing is a dangerous game. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me. Never wanted love, just a fancy car.
The tone is really beautiful on this one.
The phone, like I'm sitting in an airport bar, perched in the dark, telling all the rich folks anything they wanna hear, like it could be love. I could be the way forward, only if they pay for it. And the skeletons in both our closets plotted hard to fuck this up, and the old men that I've swindled really did believe I was the one. Now you hang from my lips like the gardens of Babylon, with your boots beneath my bed. Forever is the sweetest haunt. I had some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me.
I like how it's got the kind of like country influences in the instrumentation at times as well. With that like really swoony electric.
Never gonna love again.
Harmony with that deeper male voice worked really well on that track. I'm not sure who that was. I know Jack Antonoff started helping produce Taylor's albums, I think starting from Lover. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't know. I've never really listened to Jack Antonoff sing, so I'm not sure if that was his voice or not. Okay. Up in the pace a bit.
Faithfully, I tried to pick my battles till the battle picked me. Misery, like the war of words I shouted in my sleep. And I fell from the pedestal, right down the rabbit hole. Long story short, it was a bad time. Pushed from the precipice, clung to the nearest lips. Long story short, it was the wrong guy. Actually, I always felt I must look better in the rear view. Missing me at the golden gates they once held the keys to. When I dropped my sword, I threw it in the bushes and knocked on your door. And we live in peace, but if someone comes at us, this time I'm ready. Cause I fell from the pedestal, right down the rabbit hole. Long story short, it was a bad time. No more keeping score, now I just keep you warm. No more tug of war, now I just know there's more. No more keeping score, now I just keep you warm. And my waves meet your shore, ever and evermore. Past me, I wanna tell you not to get lost in these petty things. Your nemesis will defeat themselves before you get the chance to swing. And I fell from the pedestal, right down the rabbit hole. Long story short, it was a bad time. Pushed from the precipice, climbed right back up the cliff. Long story short, I survived. Now I'm all about you. I'm all about you.
Long story short, I like the change of pace for it. I think it was kind of added a little bit more of that poppy feel. And we can't. I think the album kind of needed that, like a little bit of a shift, and I think it really worked. It was catchy. It wasn't too poppy, so it felt like it really stands out. But it just had a little bit more of that kind of bubbliness to it. Like the beat was kind of like punchier. It sounded like a more poppier Taylor Swift song, as opposed to a bunch of the songs we're hearing on Evermore, which are much more mellow in soundscapes, which I've loved. Don't get me wrong, But it was nice to have that little bit of a shift there. Catchy chorus. "Nama, nama, 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 ma, ma, ma," works really good. Lyrically, it wasn't following that one, but instrumentally was able to follow that and really kind of lock in. And every time that chorus came back, really liked it. Really liked that catchiness.
Never be so kind, you forget to be clever. Never be so clever, you forget to be kind. And if I didn't know better, I think you were talking to me now.
Very clear vocal
If
here.
I didn't know better, I think you were still around. What died didn't stay dead. What died didn't stay dead. You're alive in my head. Never wield such power, you forget to be polite. And if I didn't know better, I think you were listening to me now. The autumn chill that wakes me up. You love the amber sky so much. Long limbs and frozen swims. You'd always go past where our feet could touch. And I complained the whole way there. The car ride back and up the stairs. I should have asked you questions. I should have asked you how to be. Asked you to write it down for me. Should have kept every grocery store receipt, 'cause every scrap of you would be taken from me. Watched as you signed your name, Marjorie. All your closets of backlog dreams, and how you left them all to me. What died didn't stay dead. What died didn't stay dead. You're alive, so alive. And if I didn't know better, I think you were singing to me now.
Oh, that's beautiful.
If I didn't know better, I think you were still around.
Marjorie was a incredibly candid, open track by Taylor, talking about seemingly a lost friend, a lost relative, by the sounds of it. Talking about and the way you can kind of work that out is the way she kind of says, like, I wish I'd kind of taken advantage of the time you were here with me and asked you questions on how to live and how to be you, and how you kind of went through certain things, the experiences you had. What died didn't stay dead, like the love and lessons you taught me didn't die when you passed. Really beautiful lyricism, and the way she's captured that story with so much emotion and vulnerability is really, yeah, really commendable. Wow, this is a huge shift in sound.
It's been a long time, and seeing the shape of your name still spells out pain. Yes, I got your letter, yes, I'm doing better. It cut deep to know ya, right to the bone. Yes, I got your letter, yes, I'm doing better. I know that it's over, I don't need your closure. Your closure. Yes, I got your letter, yes, I'm doing better. It cut deep to know ya, right to the bone. I know I'm just a wrinkle in your new life. Staying friends would iron it out so nice. Guilty, guilty, reaching out across the sea that you put between you and me.
It was very jarring listening to that intro to Closure. That kind of chopped up, choppy kind of electronic sounding beat felt kind of underbaked felt like the production didn't commit to the kind of experimental, jarring electronic sound that this song kind of proposed. Felt like a huge shift in sound that we hadn't really heard on this project. It almost feels like a bit like an outlier, and not to a point like Long Story Short, which was a bit more poppier, but still felt like it stayed within the realm of Evermore. Closure just feels to me like a huge far cry from what we've heard. And to be honest, the chorus didn't really grab me. Talking about, closure, I'm not giving this person closure just because they want it. It'd be nice for them. Of course, they love that closure, but they're not getting it. So I don't think the instrumentation helped deliver the message, helped deliver the story. It felt like they were very disjointed. And I actually think the subject matter lost some of its importance and scale because of the instrumentation surrounding it. Maybe if the soundscapes of this album were more in line with what this song kind of presented, maybe it's a different story. But for me, we've heard so many rich sounds, and to get to this song, which has a subject matter that would fit on this project, but instrumentally, it didn't seem aligned with the tone we've been setting on this album. Future listens may reveal a little bit more to that song to me. This final track, though, has one of my favorite artists of all time, Bon Iver, Evermore, title track, Exile being one of my favorite songs of all time. So incredibly excited for this. Like that we've got back to this Evermore sound after closure.
Gray November, I've been down since July. Motion capture put me in a bad light, and I was catching my breath, staring out an open window, catching my death. And I couldn't be sure, I had a feeling so peculiar that this pain would be forevermore. I rewind the tape, but all it does is pause on the very moment all was lost, sending signals to be double-crossed.
Oh, there's my boy.
Cannot think of all the cost, all the things that will be lost. Or can we just get a pause to be certain we'll be tall again?
And when I was shipwrecked, I thought of you,
all the things that will be lost now.
in the cracks so light,
Just get a pause
I dreamed of you,
to be certain we'll be tall again.
and it was real enough to get me through. I swear,
Beautiful, beautiful, man.
and I was catching my breath, floors of a cabin creaking under my step,
Bit of harmony with Justin's voice.
and I couldn't be sure.
Beautiful, very
I
subtle.
had a feeling so peculiar, this pain wouldn't be forevermore.
Oh, beautiful harmony, yo.
Evermore.
Let's go.
Evermore. This pain wouldn't be
Oh, I love it. I love it. Great outro.
evermore.
Finally got to listen to what feels like the sister album to Folklore. Evermore was a fantastic project, and really for a large chunk of that album, I was completely locked in. I love the story she was able to tell. I mentioned it earlier in the reaction, but I think reducing some of the soundscapes to be much more mellow allows for her storytelling to really be on display. The choruses are still catchy, but you're hearing the progression throughout the tracks. You're hearing her really build up these worlds that she's painting. I really love that about Folklore, and I really love that about Evermore. On Evermore, it's so evident just how impactful the soundscapes are to helping propel these visions she has. I loved Evermore. Some of my favorite tracks off of it. I think it starts so well. Like Willow, fantastic opener. Rolling into Champagne Problems, which is another great storytelling piece. Gold Rush had a bit of a Lord feel to it. Tis the Damn Season felt like, that Christmas Netflix special, one of the good ones at least. Tolerated is it could be the best song on the album for me. It's very, very good. Tolerated. Very emotional, impactful song. The other one that really stood out to me was Coney Island. I love hearing collaborations, and I feel like that deeper tone from the lead singer of The National really blended well with Taylor's tone. And Evermore, really, Bon Iver is one of my favorite artists of all time. I'm always going to love hearing him on a track, but I love when an artist can utilize another artist really, really well. And I think for both Exile and Evermore, Taylor has worked with Justin in a really, really effective way, and they've really complemented each other. Really great project. So thankful that I finally checked out Evermore and this 1-2 punch of an era. Folklore to Evermore was a time that Taylor could really change up her sound and really kind of dive into some of these really storytelling pieces. And I think she absolutely nails it. What is your favorite Taylor Swift album? Let me know in the comments, guys. There's a lot of projects to go through, and I'm not sure if I'll listen to a bunch of these projects in full on the channel, but I'd love to know a little bit more about what Taylor Swift project is your favorite. That was Evermore by Taylor Swift. My name is Caveman Jack. Take care, everybody, and I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.
And I fell from the pedestal right down the rabbit hole. Long story short, it was a bad time.